So here's a fun fact. Introducing your first video on YouTube is nearly impossible to get right. And here I am to provide evidence of that. In fact, I actually filmed the intro for this video earlier today when I was out at Arthur's Seat, making the actual rest of this video. However, sitting here doing the edit, let's just say I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit awkward on camera. The purpose of today's video was to actually test how much battery we could regenerate in our vehicle coming down a somewhat steep hill versus how much it uses to get up that same hill. So our vehicle is a 2022 Tesla Model 3 long range. That's dual motor with the 80 kilowatt battery. It's a vehicle that we absolutely love, so that's why we kind of want to create this channel and be able to talk about it, to be honest, and to share some stuff with you guys. So yeah, I hope to create some content that will be of interest to people that were in the same shoes that we were not that long ago. Because yeah, these vehicles are amazing and there's so much that they can do. And there's so many little things that don't get covered, obviously, by the big media outlets. But I'll stop rambling on. I'm going to throw to me from earlier today. Like I said, I did already film the entire video out on location. However, the intro was frankly mortifying. So this less mortifying intro is replacing that intro. I'll throw across to me out on site. That version of me explains what this video is about, and then we'll come back here and we'll actually have a look at some of the data. The plan today in this video is to take my Tesla up a hill called Arthur's Seat, which is on the Mornington Peninsula southeast of Melbourne. We're going to drive it up to the top, stop the vehicle, bring it back down as well, and then actually see the electricity usage for getting up and getting back down. For those not aware of what regen is, it's something that most electric vehicles, probably all electric vehicles, are capable of. What they actually do is use the motors as the braking system rather than a traditional drum or disc brake. And by using the electric motor as the brakes, it actually can charge the battery somewhat. So in a petrol car where you can coast and not use any fuel on a downhill drive, or use very little, an electric vehicle can actually gain battery. So we're at the base of Arthur's Seat. I've got the GoPro up here. We're going to drive up, stop the vehicle, and then we're going to drive back down and stop the vehicle. The reason why we're stopping the vehicle at both ends is we're using a piece of software called Teslafi. You'll see that at the end of the video, but what that can do is actually break down each drive individually, show us exactly how much battery we used, or hopefully on the way down, how much battery we gained. I think we should be able to get to the bottom of the hill with more battery than we had at the top. We will see. So yeah, let's have a look. Alright, we're now back. We're at the bottom, just opposite where we started. We're going to head back now. I'm going to bring up the Teslafy website, which is where we get all our stats, and we'll have a look at how much power we used going up, how much we saved or regenerated on the way back down, and have a look at what the total was up and down, whether we broke even. I don't think we will. Unfortunately, they're not that efficient with their regen, but I do think it will be... I think we will have got a lot of our energy back on the way down that we used on the way up. But yeah, we'll see. Hey, it's me again. Yay, how exciting. All right, so this is Teslafy. So I'm not going to go too deep into everything this piece of software can do. It does a lot. What I will do is just go through the two drives that you've just seen going up the hill and then back down the hill, and some very basic stats. Give us a shout out in the comments if you do want to see more of a deep dive or a review on Teslafy. I know there wasn't a great deal of content online when I was looking before I subscribed. It is a paid service. There may or may not be now. I haven't checked again. But if you want some more content on this, let me know. Regardless, this is one of the dashboards essentially. So this is looking at the data from the drive up the hill. This figure here shows you that. So 1.97 kilowatt hours. So let's just say 2 kilowatt hours is what we use going up, and at an average of 498 watts per kilometer. Now, obviously that efficiency is super low, but remember this was a drive uphill. So yeah, that's our baseline. Is it takes 2 kilowatts to get up the hill. You can see here it shows, so on the same screen there's our 2 kilowatts, just a little bit lower. It shows our start point. So this was the little street I started in. That's over here somewhere. And here's where I finished in the Lookout car park. So it puts this together. It shows you a bit of a map. As you can see, I'll scroll in on this for you. It thinks that I went bush bashing a little bit. I can assure you I did not. This is because the software, I think it's every 30 seconds or thereabouts, it pings GPS coordinates. So yeah, the GPS trail can be a little bit wonky. But rest assured, all of this data is actually coming from the car. This is not obtained via 30-second updates via GPS. So this is, like I said, this is the drive that we came up the hill. Now if I click on next drive, all things going well, this should show us the drive coming down the hill. Fast forward 30 seconds. It did not show us what I wanted it to show. So here we go. This is the drive though. This is the drive coming back down the hill. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So if you have a look here, we used negative 0.66 kilowatt hours. So that essentially means we put 0.66 kilowatt hour back into the battery. So we actually landed at the bottom with more battery than we had at the top. It'll also tell the same story through some different metrics. So it shows here that we drove 4.13 kilometers. However, we used negative 5.36 kilometers. It does explain this a little bit weird, but let's just say that's essentially saying we put 5 kilometers worth of range back into the battery while driving 4 kilometers. So we kind of got a 9 kilometer net gain there. The efficiency looks a bit weird, negative 77%. I don't even know how to explain that to you. It just means that it's good. And same thing, you can see here, we started at the exact same points that we finished the last. We finished at the same point that we started the first, and again we have our me just driving like a kamikaze off cliff edges all the way down. In conclusion, you don't regenerate anywhere near as much battery coming down the hill as you burn going up a hill. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, otherwise you're getting pretty close to like some sort of perpetual motion type vehicle. But you know, this is the thing I try to explain to people is, it's incredible that you can actually gain range back. It's the equivalent of if you're in a petrol car and you're driving down a hill and you come off the accelerator, yeah, you're not going to be burning any fuel going down the hill, but you don't have somebody running beside you with a jerry can trying to fill up your fuel tank. That's essentially what electric vehicles do. They are getting charged. They're actually gaining fuel when they're going downhill and using this regen braking. So that to me is pretty incredible. You could theoretically, and but you could theoretically have your car towed to the top of the hill, drive down, towed to the top of the hill, drive down, and eventually you will charge your battery. It will take you a week and your tow truck fees will be off the chart, but you could do it. Let me know in the comments section if you do want me to cover a bit more about Teslafy. To me, it's an incredible piece of software. I'm a real good fan of analytics, so I do like digging into a few things and actually seeing all the details behind all the drives that we do in the vehicle. It won't be for everyone, I get that. This is the awkward section of the video where you do say like the video if you did like it, and subscribe if you do want to come along on this journey of launching this new channel with me. That would be fantastic. I would much appreciate it. But if you have made it this far, thank you very much. There will be a link somewhere to subscribe. And another link somewhere to another video that YouTube recommends. I can't send you to another one of my videos. I haven't made any more videos.